Hey everyone, I'm Amanda from Paper Not Foil. I just wanted to show you a really cool technique that I love to use with Paper Not Foil, and also we get a lot of questions around can I put a retouch on with foils or you know, what is the best way to do that? So I really enjoy putting my retouch on first in scenarios where I want to just blend my retouch into my ends or into my foils. So I've applied my retouch and now I'm going to blend up with my foil into that retouch. The reason I also really like doing this is when you put foils in before a retouch, you've put those foils in, you get to the front of the head and the back foils have already been in there for, I don't know, 40 minutes or so sometimes. Then you have to go back through and apply your retouch, which means that takes another 20 minutes or so to put the retouch in between the foils, and then you have to process the whole thing so that the retouch can obviously activate and colour. By the time that's done, it's a really long session for not only the client, but also the amount of time that the colour has been in the foils when you put them in first. So by putting the retouch on first and then putting foils in, you also get a beautiful blend with that retouch, but you can control the colour better because generally our permanent colour will stop working after a certain amount of time, generally 30 to 40 minutes. So we apply the retouch and then we put our foils in, which gives us the ability to watch those foils, that they process correctly, but also be able to take them off when they're ready and know that your retouch has already been processing. So that's the reason behind my madness. So as you can see, I've got our retouch on and I'm just going to demonstrate how I actually put the foils in. The blessing about this is paper's really chalky, it's made of stone. So when you actually touch it with colour, it grips. So automatically I know I can even just pop that onto that colour and I don't have to do anything. So it also allows us to have more control with having the retouch on. But for me, I'm going to grab my paper, pop it onto my retouch section, nice and balanced. Again, you can actually let that go. But now I'm going to paint up. So whether or not I want to come right up to my roots or I just want to paint those ends, I always like to apply my ends first. And of course, once you've got your product on, you can move up into your retouch section where your colour is sitting, merge that colour together and continue to paint down so it's nice and saturated. So if you can imagine, we've got our retouch, we've got our lightener or whatever colour you're putting through to those ends, and they start to merge really nicely. But of course the best thing is I actually have control. So I can fold that up, let that process, keep going. When it's ready, I can rinse it off knowing that my retouch is ready to go as well at the same time.